Hi everyone, I'm Sarita, your one and only Sci-Fi Diva. Okay, so by the time you read this or see this, it'll be in the new year. Happy New Year. Okay. And it's been a minute because there's been some key things in the works for this Sci-Fi Diva. All right. Usually I talk about science fiction. Today I'm talking about science fiction, but it's my own personal science fiction. I've been married almost 7 years now. Now let's just go for it. 7 years and no kids. So the first year, people were like, oh, you guys just got married. Congratulations. When are you having babies? The second year, it's like, oh my gosh, you guys have been married 2 years. When are you having babies? The third year, it's like, oh my gosh, you guys have been married 2 years. When are you having babies? The fourth, fifth. The longer you go without having children, the less people ask. It's fascinating because most people are over the fact that you're married now. And then sometimes people don't care about your life. So by the time they even think about being like, wait, you don't have any kids? They're like shocked because a lot of my peers are having kids. Their first, their second, their third, like everywhere. Babies. And they're so cute. Now, I have a crumb snatcher, but it's a dog. So, I have a fur crumb snatcher, not a human one. And this all started, as soon as we got married, I said, okay, well, we're married now. So either we can have a baby or you can get me a pet, but I want something. And that's how we got that dog. I guess he was smart. And then as soon as I got my dog, I said, oh my gosh, this is hard work. And this is just a dog. I felt mom guilt or doggy mom guilt when I would go away to work and come back. And I'd be like, oh my gosh. And that was our baby. Our dog baby. And I felt like, man, that's really good practice. And that really stopped me from wanting to have kids for a long time. And then comes 2016. So I think at that point, that's 4 years of marriage. And I looked to him and I said, you know what? I decided that we do want to have kids. See, we do want to have kids. You want to have kids still, right? We do want to have kids. And I picked a date. And I said a date in a year. Well, I said a year more. We'll start trying to proactively have kids in 2020. So, which brings us to today. We're moving into 2019 and I've moved it up a year. So this year, sometime around the spring, we'll start proactively trying to have kids. Like saying it on camera makes it like even more real. Yep, proactively trying to have kids because my bonus parents, that's what I call like my husband's father and mother. My bonus parents, they've always asked, do I hear pitter patter little feet? Do I hear little feet? And I kept telling them, we're practicing, safe practicing. So that was always funny. But now we're actually legit going to be. So anyway, once I decided that, I started asking my friends questions about babies, their kids, schooling, just like anything I could think of. And I knew while they were going through the process, I knew one thing. They loved their children to death, but my God, they were tired. And I just don't like being tired. I like being full of energy and like really wanting to go and get after it. And I don't want having a kid or having multiple kids. I don't want that to stop. So I started thinking about what my life looked like and what I wanted to look like. And I'm like, okay, let's take steps. Because I guess in some ways I'm pretty spontaneous, but I'm not really. I'm like low-key planner. So I like plan, but within the plan, I like a certain level of spontaneity. And my husband just so happens to kind of go with the flow on that. So as we go with the flow, I said, okay, I've decided that we're going to go to baby therapy. Yes, that's what I said, baby therapy. No, we're not pregnant yet. I'm not even practicing to be pregnant, taking measures to make sure we're safe. But I said, once we decide to go after this, things are going to change. Even the process of trying to get pregnant changes things. I mean, I know this because I know people who have gone through the process of trying to get pregnant. You're sitting there making love with the hopes of being like, you know what? There's like a goal in mind. It's not about what you want, the end goal is we need to make a baby on this pilgrimage here. So it just does it change some of it? I don't know. So I went to ask the therapist that. I went to ask the therapist, okay, what if we get pregnant and can't get pregnant. What does that look like? How are we emotionally, like what will we do then? What if we have quadruplets? What if we have triplets? What if we have twins? Like I just wanted to make sure, who's going to do the night feeding? Who's going to do the morning feeding? How often am I going to go to work? How often are you going to go to work? Who's going to changing the diapers? What about our dog? Who's going to take care of the dog? Like these are all, these are things that I think a lot of people kind of jump into having their children. I'm like, nope, I need these logistics down because I like to know, like, here's my role. These are the things I'm doing. And usually it's the things I like to do. Just like, okay, what's your role? Those are the things you're doing. Because as a team, nobody wants to feel burnt out or, should I say, used or not appreciated. None of those things should ever happen. And if you do feel like it's about to happen, you want to make sure that you can come together and talk. Well, when you have a child, who has time to be like, as you're making dinner and trying to figure out what you're going to do for breakfast, where the clothes are, all this stuff, who has time to go and be like, I'm feeling underappreciated. Don't have time for that. You're just trying to survive. At least that's what I hear. So I wanted to have a plan. So that's how we got into pre-baby therapy. So I thought it was so funny at the end of our first pre-baby therapy session, our therapist said, so on a scale from I can't remember, maybe he said 1 to 100 or whatever. He said, where do you think you are with most couples having problems? And so we named 8, 6, pretty low numbers that we thought were low. He's like, no, you guys are not even on the scale. You're like a 2. You're like, you have no problems. I'm like, thanks, Bill. Now, but to him, he's like, wait, you're here because you're thinking about having kids? And so this is in anticipation of you wanting to have kids? I'm like, yes. Just like people go to premarital counseling before they get married, they have premarital counseling. Okay, our next biggest investment outside of our marriage is this child. If you die, I might have to take care of the child. If I die, you have to take care. This is real. This is making another human being. And maybe if more people took these steps, there'd be more productive human beings in the world. All right, what do you think of my pre-baby therapy? Is it scary? Is it a new invention? Oh, and I'm going to take you on the journey of the pre-baby therapy, when we go to the therapist, the sessions. All right. As always, I'm Sarita, your one and only sci-fi diva. See you next time for pre-baby therapy. Bye. Oh, don't forget, comment, subscribe. And do you know anybody who's doing pre-baby therapy? Because I'm going to go on a whole journey. So stay with me. Bye.